Most people wait for their lives to change. They wait for the right moments, the right motivations, the right circumstances. But transformation doesn't come from waiting. It comes doing alone, constantly, on purpose. Hello everyone, this is Anshika and welcome back to the channel. Today I am giving you 15 solo challenges. No team required, no gym required, no special equipment. Just you, your will and your time. If you actually does these, your life will not be the same in a year. I promise you that. I am not going to give you motivational speech. You have heard those. They feel good for 24 hours and then fed. What I am giving you today is a menu. 15 specific proven challenge. Each one designed to build a skill or a habit that compounds over time. Some of those take 30 days, some will take 3 months, and some can take a year. A few will become permanent parts of your life. I'll tell you the time commitment, the difficulties, and exactly why each one works. Let's get into it. Challenge number 1, digital detox hours. No phone for the first and last hour every day. That's it. Simple. But nobody does it. Your first hours sets the neurological tone for the entire day. When you reach for your phone before you have even rubbed your eyes, you are handling the wheel to other people's agendas. Do this for 30 days and you will notice something strange. Morning starts feeling like they belongs to you. The last hour matters just as much. The blue light from screen suppress melatonin and delays your sleep cycle by up to 3 hours. When you cut screen before bed, your sleep quality improves, your mood stabilizes, and your mind start to decompress naturally. Start tomorrow. Put the phone out of your room when you go to bed. This is the unlock that make most of the other challenges easier. Challenge number 2, daily journaling. Write at least 3 pages daily for next 90 days. Longhand, no typing. This comes from Julia Cameron's concept of morning pages, and it's one of the most powerful tool I have ever encountered. Here's what happened. For the first 2 weeks, you will write garbage, random thoughts, repeated worries. That's the point. You are emptying your mental chache. By week 4, something shifts. You start noticing patterns, recurring fears, unexplained beliefs, dreams you have been ignoring. By week 12, people reports breakthrough clarity on decisions they had stuck for years. Career changes, relationship insights, creative projects that were dormant. Challenge number 3, read one book per week for an entire year. You can read almost 52 books at the average reading pace of 200 words per minute. A 300 pages book take 5 hours of a week. That's 45 minutes of a day. Most of us spend more than that on Instagram. What changes? Your vocabulary expands. Your empathy deepens. Reading fiction in particular increase the capacity of brain for perspective talking. You start having better ideas because you are consuming better raw materials. People who read 50 plus books in a year aren't smarter than you. They just made a decision how to spend their time. Pick one genre to start: psychology, business, fiction, biographies. It doesn't matter, just start. The compound effects of 52 different perspectives, 52 world viewers entering in your mind over 1 year is generally hard to describe until you have lived it. Challenge 4: 10,000 steps for next 6 months every single day. Walking is underrated to the point of embarrassment. Research constantly links daily walking to reduce depression, improves cardiovascular health, lower blood pressure, and enhance creative thinking. Stanford's researchers found that daily walking improve creative thinking, boost creative outputs by up to 81%. Silicon Valley executives known this for decades. The magic of this challenge is not a single walk, it's the non-negotiability. Rain or shine, tired or weird, it forces you to build daily physical commitment that costs nothing. Get a cheap pedometer or use your phone to count the steps. Aim for 10,000. On wet days, you can do 7,000. The streak matters more than the numbers. I personally use Google Fit for my step counts. Challenge number 5: end every shower on cold water, or go for cold water for the next 30 days. Cold exposure activates your sympathetic nervous system. It spikes norepinephrine up to 300%, which sharpens focus and elevate moods for hours. But that's not really why I recommended it. I am recommending it because it teaches you to do something uncomfortable on purpose. Every single day, you stand there, look at the cold water, every part of your body saying don't, and you do it anyway. That practice your overriding your own resistance is a skill, and it transforms to hard conversations, to difficult workouts, to starting things you have been avoiding. Start with 30 seconds of end of your normal warm shower. Work up to 2 minutes. The discomfort never disappears fully, but that's the entire point. Challenge 6: cook every single meal you eat for the next 60 consecutive days. No takeouts, no deliveries, and no restaurant food. This one is more transformative than it sounds. And here's why. Food is one of the most automated decisions in most people's lives. You don't think about it. You just order or grab or drive through it. When you cook everything, you become conscious. You read ingredients, you understand what you actually putting in your body. You start to notice how food actually affects your body, energy, and mood. The average American spends $300 a year on food outside. 66 days of cooking for yourself saves meaningful money and teaches self-sufficiency that most adults never develop. You don't have to become a chef. You need to become someone who feeds themselves intentionally. That's the point. That's a life skill with compounding returns. Challenge number 7: learn one skill. Next 60 days. Pick one skill, spend an hour on it every single day. Research on skill acquisition, particularly the work of Hendrik Erickson, shows that focus, deliberate practice, of 150 to 200 hours is enough to achieve meaningful competence in any skill. A language, an instrument, coding, investing, photography, public speaking. The skill itself matters what the challenge teaches you. That you are not fixed, that with time and consistency, you can become someone new. Someone who can do something you currently cannot. Most adults stop learning new skills in their late 20s. Their identity classifies. This challenge cracks that open. The rule, same time, every day, not skipping for 180 days. You will be unrecognizable at the end. Challenge number 8. Do one thing that scares you every single week. For a year, 52 uncomfortable things. The fear doesn't have to be extreme. It can be sending a mail that you have been putting off, striking up a conversation with a stranger, singing up for an open mic, going for a social event where you know no one. Here's what happens psychologically. Every time you confront a fear and survive it, the brain's threat detection center recalibrates. The things that scares you becomes slightly less threatening. You become slightly braver. Do this for 50 times in a year and you will have fundamentally restricted your relationship with your fear. Keep a list. Every Sunday, ask yourself, what did I do this week that scares me? If the answer is nothing, go do something before midnight. Challenge number 9. Write and publish something on online every week for a year. A blog post, a LinkedIn essay, a social media post, a Twitter thread, a newsletter. The platform matters less than consistency. Writing force thinking. When you explain something clearly on a page, you discover you don't actually understand it. Writing exposes the gap and forces you to fill it. Publishing adds the crucial ingredients, accountability and feedback. You stop writing for the idealized version in your mind and start writing for real human. 52 pieces of public writing in a year built an audience, a portfolio and a habit of communication. That is among most valuable professional skills on earth. Most people are afraid of being judged. The first 5 people feels terrifying. That's the transformation. Challenge number 10. Track every rupee you spend for 90 days. Every single one, not to budget, not to resist, just to see. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They have a vogue sense, and the vogue sense always wrong. When you track, your pattern emerge that are often shocking. Subscriptions you forgot about. 500 rupees you spend every single day for 3 times of coffee. Impulse purchases that feels minor at the moment but adds to 100 monthly. The awareness itself changes behavior. You don't have to try to spend less. When you see the numbers, you naturally make different decisions. Challenge 11. Cut all non-essential for 1 month. No restaurants, no new clothes, no entertainment subscriptions beyond what you already have. No Amazon impulsive buys, only essential. Rent, utilities, transport, and groceries. This challenge does 2 things. First, it saves your real money. Most people save 2 to 3 thousands every single month without much difficulty. It forces you to discover what you actually values. When you can't spend, you get creative. You reconnect with free pleasures. You realize how much of your previous spending was habit, boredom, or social pressure rather than genuine desires. Do this a year. It resets your relationship with consumption every time. Challenge 12. Woke up at the same time every single day, weekend included. Sleep science is ambiguous on this. Consistency of sleep timing is more important than duration. Your body's circadian rhythm is 24 hours. Internal clock governs hormone releases, immune function, and mood. When your wake time is chaotic, everything downstream is chaotic. When it fixed, body knows what to expect and prepares accordingly. You fall asleep faster, woke up naturally, and maintain more energy throughout the day. This is invisible foundation under every other habit. When your sleep is anchored, discipline becomes dramatically easier. Pick a time, set it, don't move it for 90 days. The weekend sleep-in is a trap. It's called social jet lag and it undermines everything you built throughout the week. Challenge 13. Spend a day in nature. Every season, spend a full day completely with nature. No phone, no books, just you and the world. This is the hardest challenge of the list for most of the people. Not physically, but mentally. We have lost the capacity of solitude. Most people cannot sit with themselves for more than few minutes without reaching for stimulation. Extended time in nature without distraction activates default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for self-reflection, creativity and meaning making. It's where inside actually lives. Spend a day there and you will come back with the clarity you cannot manufacture in the city, on your couch and in a meeting room. Hike, sit, watch the water, let your mind wander. Most people reports that these days become the most important days of their year. Challenge 40. Daily gratitude message. Send one genuine message of gratitude or appreciation every single day for 90 days. Not a generic thinking of you. Something real like I have been thinking about the advice you gave me 3 years ago about not taking that job. You were right, and I have never thanked you properly. Two things happened. First, your brain to scan for the goods for what working, who's shown up, what you have received. Neurologically, this builds optimism, not as a feeling but as a perpetual habit. Second, your relationship deepens in ways that are almost invisible until you look back. The people in your life start to feel seen, and feeling seen is the foundation of every meaningful connections. 90 messages, 90 moments of connection, it costs nothing but attention. Challenge 15, and this one I want you to feel. Complete a hard physical challenge with a fixed deadline. A 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a 30 days push-up programs, a hiking trip across difficult terrain, something your current body cannot do, that your future body will have to earn. Here's why this one is difficult from all the others. Every other challenge on this list build habit or skill. This one build identity. When you train for something hard, when you show up for months, when you doubt yourself and keep going, When you cross that finish line, you gain evidences. Person who does hard things. This evidence doesn't fade. It becomes the foundation of every challenges you take in future. Register for something today. Don't wait until you feel ready. Readiness a product of commitment, not a prerequisite for it. 50 challenges. You don't do 50 at once. Pick one challenge. Start today. Practice consistently for 30, 60, or 90 days. Will change something real about how you live. The people who transform their lives aren't exceptional, they are consistent. They choose one thing and they didn't stop. Which one is your? Drop it in the comment section. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next video.